You're not a police officer.
No, I work with Park Ridge. I work for Park Ridge.
Okay.
I'm not with them anymore.
Am I being arrested?
You are.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You understand why you're detained right now or no?
I don't know.
I think
why you did doing what you're doing. But
Okay. Is it okay if I explain some of it?
I should never have been there, and through my actions, I violated the trust of my family and everybody in my life that loved me.
What makes somebody wake up and decide to become somebody else? It's a fair question. When I talk about a social worker who enrolled in high school at the age of 30, a convicted felon accused of showing up to crime scenes dressed as a cop, a woman accused of stealing a nurse's license and treating thousands of patients. These people are accused of not only trying to be somebody else, but breaking the law while doing it. And one by one, they got caught in law enforcement's crosshairs. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. So here's the thing about pretending to be somebody you're not. Eventually, usually, someone figures it out. Now, what I'm about to get into are some resolved cases, some unresolved cases. So some of these are just allegations. Some of these actually resulted in a conclusion. But I just want to give that caveat there, because when I talk about law enforcement catching on, maybe it's a cop who notices your badge doesn't match your story. Maybe it's a Walmart employee who runs your name and finds out you've trespassed before. Maybe it's a group of high schoolers who find your yearbook photo from 15 years ago. So in this episode of Sidebar, we're going to be looking at 6 cases where people are accused of thinking they could pull off the ultimate identity swap. Some apparently did it for power. All different circumstances, but they have one thing in common. They got caught. Now, yes, some are innocent until proven guilty, right? Their cases haven't been resolved as of yet. But I just want you to hear what we're talking about, because wait until you hear what happens when a convicted felon is accused of showing up to a real crime scene dressed as a SWAT officer, or when a social worker, what she did after she was already inside a high school for months pretending to be a student. So we're going to start this off in Port Orange, Florida. This is where a Florida woman took a fight over a Walmart parking spot way too far. Her decision to pull out a police badge that didn't belong to her led to her arrest. And it was all because someone parked where apparently they shouldn't have. A 41-year-old woman named Alexis Rosati had written out what she called a citation. Really, it was just a note on a scrap of paper, and left it on a vehicle that was parked in a spot that Walmart had offered to law enforcement partners as a courtesy. So when the driver came back and saw the note, he confronted her, and he started recording.
You'll be towed. There's no statute. No, there's not. Show me the statute. Is there a? You're the police officer. Why don't you look it up? But why don't you look it up? But you should already know it. Good. Tell me what the statute. Tell me what the statute is. Does it say anything about the car would be towed? You're not a police officer. No, you're not. Not with teeth like that. Not with teeth like that. Ma'am, you're not a police officer, ma'am. You're flashing a badge around. It says Bellevue. She's just flashed a badge. Excuse me, ma'am. She's flashing a badge around like she's a police officer, and she's not. She's not a police officer.
Can you leave it alone, sir?
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
But you guys gonna tow my car?
No, but just...
Thank you. So you heard what she said. Your cars can't be towed. You're not a police officer. Why are you flashing a badge at me, telling me you're a police officer and you're not? You're going to be in trouble for that.
Where would I get a badge from? You buy it off?
You just carry your badge around when you're off duty?
I'm not off duty. How do you know what I'm doing?
You're on duty with Crocs on?
Do you know what I'm doing right now?
I don't care what you're doing.
I don't care what you're doing. You broke a rule.
That's not a rule. There's a difference between rules and laws, man. That's a rule.
Did not get a ticket.
You can't give me a ticket. Give me a ticket. I'm going to stay. I'll be right out here. Please give me a ticket. I'm asking you, please. Assaulting an officer? Nobody saw me assault her.
So Rosati seemed to claim on video she was an officer from a different jurisdiction, and the man that she was arguing with, this guy Jason, told police she pulled a badge out of her pocket that appeared to say something like Bellevue, and that's when he started the recording. Now Jason took the video to the Port Orange Police Department.
I parked where it says reserved for law enforcement.
Okay.
Partners.
Do they have that at the neighborhood Walmart?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew they had it at the.
I park
big
there
Walmart.
sometimes. I have a bum foot today, so I was like, I'm just going to run it. I literally had to run and get.
That's just a courtesy. There's no law against it or.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and you're telling me that somebody said something, so.
So
okay.
this is the.
Here, I'll hold it if
This
you
is
want.
the note that I came out.
Somebody left this on your car?
I have her on camera too.
Okay.
She's flashed a badge at me, and I went into Walmart to ask them about the note and about the parking.
Yeah.
Can I get towed for parking there? They
Yeah.
said absolutely not.
Yeah,
I guess the person who wrote this note overheard. So I was like, whatever. I'm walking back out to my car to go home, and I found this. Well, I found that first, and when I was walking back from Walmart the second time, she comes out, flashes her badge. She's wearing, I think, white shorts, Crocs, and a tank top.
Seemed like
I'll show you the
off-duty
video. I can show you
type,
the video.
or was it like professional wear? Like, did it
No.
look like she was working at the time? Right?
No, she
Okay.
claimed that she was on the clock in Walmart working on something in Walmart. Walmart asked the managers, because she was talking to the managers.
Yeah.
Asked the manager, she says, we don't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
She may be working, is what they said. I
Yeah.
said, okay, well, whatever. So I called you guys to see if y'all could come up with a name. You see where she signed it and printed it.
Yeah.
That's hard to read. It looks like barbell or barn bell. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But anyway, she flashed the badge, and then I went. Of course, I started recording. And,
Okay, so
I have that.
hopefully I should be able to see who it is if it's
Yes.
one of our people. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a Bellevue, Florida. It's about 2 hours away. So the investigating officer called that department to double check.
Good afternoon, Bellevue Police Department.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Sergeant Fischetti, and I'm with the Port Orange Police Department over in Volusia County. This might seem weird, but I'm trying to find out if you have a certain officer that works there. To kind of give you a quick heads up. So there was a kind of a, not even an altercation, but some words were exchanged between some people here at the Walmart, and one of them tried to identify themselves as a potential Bellevue police officer.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they would be way over here. They even said, well, they showed a Bellevue badge or something, but said they work here in Port Orange. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to turn out to be, but one of the leads, I just want to see if this is potentially somebody who works there, because they left a note on their car. They wrote that their name was Officer, they put a first initial J, but then the last name of like Barbell or Baskell or something with a, what's that?
Butcher?
No, it's not Butcher. It looks like it ends in ELL, maybe starts with a B, so somewhere between like B, and it's going to be a female. Female, brown hair, maybe late 30s, maybe 40. I'm not sure how many officers you have there, if you would know basically everybody that works there.
Yes, oh no, trust me, I know them all. We don't
Okay.
have many.
Okay.
And this was recently, right?
This was just, within the last hour or so, probably, last couple hours. It was earlier today.
Okay, we have Sergeant Esquivel, who she has dark hair. She's in her early 30s, though, real skinny.
No, so this lady's a little bit heavier set, so no, definitely wouldn't be considered real skinny.
Let's see, we did have one. She's no longer here.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Sergeant with Point Orange. Apparently somebody was at Walmart posing as a Bellevue officer.
Yeah.
And Point Orange. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
That's Chief Holland.
Hey, Chief. It's Sergeant Fischetti over with Port Orange Police Department here in Volusia County. So just kind of a wild shot here. I don't have much information on here. A gentleman came to our lobby. He was over at the Walmart here. And our Walmart, they have like this courtesy like law enforcement parking spot. And he's not law enforcement, but he had parked there because he's not disabled, but likes to be close. Anyway, so he's in that spot, and somebody kind of confronted him on like, hey, you can't park there. And he's like, you know, basically like says who, and this person says, well, I'm a police officer, Bellevue Police. May not even be Bellevue, Florida. It may be, you know, it could be, there's plenty of Bellevues all around the country. Didn't get an actual spelling, nothing like that. But then she says, well, I'm working over here in Port Orange. Because he's like, well, you know, you're in Port Orange. She's like, well, I work over here. So it doesn't make sense that you're a Bellevue Police, but you work over here. But she actually ended up leaving a note on his car, like, you know, Port Orange Police has been notified, things like that. And she signs it, Officer, first initial J, but then like Barbell or Basco. You can't really read the last name, but it definitely looks like a B and ends in ELL.
I have had no females like that.
Okay, yeah. He actually recorded her. So, I mean, if you don't have him, there's probably no reason to even go through and even watch the videos and stuff like that. But she, like, from watching it, she doesn't give me the vibes of being a police officer. She kind of seemed, maybe it might be a mentally ill person just claiming to be, I don't know. Yeah, so I was thinking that route also, but I just wanted to double check with you guys before I start maybe looking at some other things, maybe even somebody impersonating an officer, I don't know. But
I mean, I've got one female officer. She's accounted for here.
Yep. Okay, yeah, so definitely can be over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Well, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes to talk to me, and I just wanted to make sure.
Follow up on these things. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Yep.
Yeah, Bellevue Police had no idea who she was. So the officer also pulls up the surveillance video from inside the store. And it seemed to show Rosati walking up to a Walmart employee, the same one seen in Jason's video. And that employee later told police that Rosati identified herself as an officer and held up a metal object that could have been a badge. Now here's where it gets weird. A different officer had been dispatched to Rosati's home that same day for something else entirely. You see, police were looking into whether Rosati, who was a caregiver for her uncle, James Barkell, might be misusing his money. Barkell was reportedly experiencing mental decline, so the officer had no idea about this Walmart situation.
No worries. I wasn't like too worried about it. Are you Alexis?
I am.
Do you want to go back inside and talk? Or you want to talk out here?
No, we'll talk out here. My dad's inside.
Okay.
Is it about the situation that just happened at Walmart?
So yeah, it's something with the DCF. They called us just to come out and do it like an investigation.
This guy is a jerk. He complains all the time at Walmart. What he did was he was parked in the law enforcement parking spot. So I left a note on his car that said, "You've been warned. This is for law enforcement. What if there was an emergency?"
Okay, I don't think that's what I'm here for.
What?
Or are you talking about? Or sorry to continue. I think you might be explaining a different story, but
That's the only. What's DCF?
Department of Child and
oh, I don't know anything about what's that about.
So you work with Jay.
He's a retired police.
Yeah, but you help.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you work with him, right?
Yeah, but my dad was just. You want to go inside my? Yeah, come on in, because this does have to do with that. I thought this was at Walmart that
No, I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
If they called, we didn't do anything about it because.
Yeah, come on in, Officer Coach. My son's asleep, so.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it down.
Okay.
Now, when the original officer saw that report, he noticed something. That name, Barkell, looked like the name that was scribbled at the bottom of the fake citation. So police went back to Barkell's home, and inside a black wallet, they apparently found a police badge and ID assigned to the now retired James Barkell of the Belleville Police. So when police went to arrest Rosati, they found that she'd been driving her uncle's car, which had a second police badge inside. Officers, they confiscated both badges, and according to police, due to Barkell's poor health, it was unlikely he knew that she had them or was using them to impersonate an officer. So Rosati was charged with impersonating a police officer. She was released on a $3,000 bond. She later told a local news outlet that the driver had zipped into the spot so fast he almost hit a woman walking in the parking lot, so she felt she needed to intervene. But she admitted showing her uncle's badge, maybe a step too far. The court records show Rosati entered a no contest plea to the impersonation charge. She was given 2 years probation, and she also had to pay nearly $1,000 in court costs and fines. So that case was about somebody pretending to be something they weren't to maybe scare off a driver. Our next case, it is about somebody who pretended to be somebody else entirely to seemingly get away with a crime that is almost too petty to believe. We head to Leesburg, Florida, where a bold move inside a Walmart, yes, another Walmart, got caught on camera. We're talking about loss prevention watching very closely as a man helped himself to a brand new pair of shoes right there in the aisle. He is accused of swapping out his old kicks for a fresh box on the shelf and then strolled past the registers like it was no big deal, heading straight into the restroom. That is when Leesburg police step in.
Where this guy at? He's still in the bathroom?
Right here with us right now.
He's still in the bathroom?
Yeah.
You got video of him? Let me see what it look like real quick.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
You said the shoes were stolen?
Yeah. What is kind of familiar? He's a black guy wearing a black shirt and a yellow shorts. So he was just right here. I was watching him on 21.
Somebody was out there on one of your carts, so I had brought them in and then.
So you can see he got flip-flops, right? That's in select and all that.
Is the other guy with him?
I don't know yet. The other guy is inside the store somewhere. There's the shoes on his feet.
So it's the black guy with the, who's that, khaki shorts?
Yep. So there's shoes right there. And then what he does was put the slippers in that box, pack that up back, leave the box with the slippers, and then walk away. So he just went into that restroom. He's supposed to be coming out. You want me to shake him up?
Yeah.
So officers move in on the bathroom and they make contact with the suspect.
What's up, man?
How's it going? What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, wait. What's going on? What's going on?
Relax.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I only got my phone on me. What's going on?
Okay.
Hold on. Wait.
I'll explain everything to you, man. Don't worry.
What's going on? Hold up.
I'll explain it to you. Come on.
What's going on? Hold up, man. What I do? Can y'all explain something to me?
Yeah, we're gonna explain it to you, okay? Relax.
All I did was take a bro.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay.
Tack 2, Leesburg, 1 to 10.
What's going on, man? Later. What's going on? Why y'all not telling me nothing?
I told you we're gonna explain it to you, man. All right, what's your name, man?
Do you have an ID on you?
All right, I'm gonna read you something, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. You have the right to have a lawyer with you prior and during any questioning. You're detained. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to speak and answer questions?
Just want to know what's going on.
But this is a yes or no. We need a yes or no if you want to talk to us.
Yes.
Okay. Can you spell your first name for me?
Tayyshon.
Tayyshon. Middle initial.
D.
And spell your last name.
Pinelli.
Date of birth. Alright, I'm gonna get started on a...
Can I make a phone call?
Just take that quick, okay?
Yeah, give us a second.
I got my people out here and I know they're waiting on me.
All right. So now that you're in here, now that I read you your rights, you know why you're in here, right?
Yeah, but that's not the case. Listen, what happened was...
Now, police, they escort the alleged bathroom bandit over to the security office for questioning.
You got the same name as you?
Nah, Tayshawn and then it's Taquan. I'm Tayshawn and then he Taquan. He 23 years of age.
And when did you say your birthday was?
His is... He was out there. That's my brother now.
Tag 2 to Tag 3. You have his birthday is...
Do you have any tattoos?
This was TP on the backside. Me and my brother done that 20 years ago. Good.
Go back again. Is one of them his brother?
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause that's definitely him.
That's his brother.
That's the brother?
Yeah.
Let me see.
What you mean, let me see? That's brother.
That's not my biological brother right there. Whoever y'all seen on that camera is not my biological brother.
You have tattoos? You said where?
My initials TP on the backside. And
Does that say Quincy on your right hand? Tap for Isberg.
this is crazy, man. I just made the phone call so I let them know.
Not right now.
Tap for Isberg. Reference the email. Can we see which one has a tattoo of the name Quincy on the right hand?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
We're investigating the theft.
This is crazy. I had his like shirt, sweating like going on. This crazy.
Good. (10-4). That's going to be our subject. All right, you want to say your name and date of birth again? What's your first name? So tell me your first name. Okay, so you were giving us the wrong name and date of birth. Alright.
You said he was trespassing here?
Trespass, theft, and I think obstruction.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't, wait, that trespass wasn't done after a year, it's trespass for life?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah, you can't come back.
I signed the paper, but I wasn't aware. So how did you make a phone call?
No, we're not gonna let you do that. When they get to the jail, you can do that.
I just need to let somebody know my son is at the house and everything.
You left your son by yourself?
No, somebody babysitting, but I gotta let them know that I'm not gonna be coming.
You can make that phone call when we get to where we're going.
Shit's crazy. It's always something. I just got a job. There's no way that I can just get something different, bro. Like, I know you ain't gonna work with me, bro, because y'all doing y'all job, but it's like,
The thing is, man, I wouldn't mind working with you, but you lied multiple times.
Please, man, I know it's something else I can do.
No. Good.
Please, I know it's something else. Something gotta give. Come on, man. I got so much going for myself right now.
10-4.
I can't hide this right now. Please. Please. My son is depending on me.
You should have probably thought about this beforehand.
She's calling me. Keep answering.
I'm not answering that phone.
Please answer the phone, man. Please answer the phone. Can you please answer the phone, boss? This is crazy, man. Oh, she waiting on me, bro. So I gotta face a judge. Yeah. So there's no bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no bond when I go up to the jail.
I don't know what it is.
Can you please just let them know something?
Do you want to go 53 with them and I can take care of this? Or what do you want?
Can you please let them know something?
Yeah. You can go ahead and kick those shoes off.
Can you please let them know something, man? I just want you to let them know something.
Wait, stand up. That's your girl right there?
Yeah. They don't want me to talk on the phone or nothing, bro. They're tripping.
What's wrong?
They're saying I'm...
This is my fiance. Can you tell me what happened? Well, I'll let you know. Just hang up later, alright?
I need to get bailed out or something. We ain't got no money for that right now.
Hang tight over there, okay?
You can see if Pops can help me out.
Baby, what the Can I give him a hug? Please, no. Hang tight over there.
So the man told officers that his name was Tayshawn Pinellas. He gave them a birth date, he said he didn't have any ID, and the officer kindly collected his contact information so his wife could bail him out. But when the loss prevention associate pulled up that name, something didn't match. The photo on file for Tayshawn Pinellas didn't look like him. Dispatch ran the tattoos and confirmed what officers were already suspecting. The man wasn't Tayshawn. He was Taquan Sharif Pinellas, 23 years old, and Taquan had a problem. He had been accused of trespassing from this Walmart before. When they asked him about it, he reportedly said he didn't know the trespass warning was still active. And as for the shoes, he said he didn't intend to steal them. He seemingly claimed he just had to use the restroom before he paid. But when officers asked for his wallet, cash, bank card, He reportedly didn't have any. All he was apparently carrying was a vape and a cell phone. So the shoes were valued at $49.99. They were taken from Taekwon, returned to Walmart staff, and Taekwon was arrested for retail theft after allegedly trying to walk out of this store in a new pair of shoes. And, oh, by the way, who was the person that he's accused of impersonating? He's accused of giving officers his brother's name when he was caught. Now, what happened after the arrest, whether he took a plea deal or served time or went to trial, less clear. We couldn't find more information about that. But I will tell you, that's a story of one guy who allegedly pretended to be his own brother to get out of a shoe theft, right? That's the accusation. But what happens when the person accused of pretending to be somebody else is actually a former cop, and what they're allegedly pretending to be is still a cop? A former cop in Illinois got pulled over for expired registration. Simple traffic stop, right? But when he opened his wallet to get his license, the officer apparently saw something that turned a routine stop into a criminal investigation: a police badge. This happened back in February of 2025 in Arlington Heights, Illinois. So a Cook County Sheriff's deputy pulled over a man named Scott Pearson for expired registration. Now, Pearson appeared to be cooperative. He'd explained that he renewed his tags, but there was a mix-up with the spelling on the plate.
How you doing? Officer Martinez, Kush. Cheers, police. Driver license, insurance? I stopped you for the expired tags.
Yeah, I renewed them, and then I got they spelled the plate wrong. It's not stolen because the Ringo's not one stolen plate. And then I went to renew it again, and they said that I had to go get the emissions tested again. So.
Okay. You're from Arlington?
Park Ridge.
Park Ridge?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me a second, okay?
Yeah.
So the deputy went back to his cruiser to run Pearson's information, and when he returned, he noticed something in Pearson's wallet.
You have an ID from work?
Yeah, I didn't know I don't have one on me, no. No, I work with Park Ridge, I said. I worked for Park Ridge.
Okay.
I'm not with them anymore.
Okay. So, is there a reason why you're carrying that then?
It's just the wallet I've always had. I don't use it.
Okay, may I see it again?
Yeah.
Can I have it?
Yeah, go ahead. You can take the badge if you want.
Okay. Give me a second, okay?
Yeah.
Stay in the vehicle for me, Scott.
So Pearson apparently said he worked for Park Ridge Police and then seemingly corrected himself that he worked there, past tense, right? He wasn't with them anymore. The badge seemingly was just in the wallet that he always carried, that he didn't use it. But the deputy took the badge, called Park Ridge PD to verify, and they confirmed Scott Pearson was no longer employed there. Public records appear to show that he worked for Park Ridge PD from 2020 to 2023, and his separation date was listed as February 29th, 2024. He's been inactive for nearly a year when this traffic stop happened. From there, a Cook County deputy was called to assist with the situation, and that is when things escalated.
What's his name? Scott. Yes. What's going on, brother?
Scott,
how you doing? Do me a favor. Step out the car real quick. You have anything on you?
No, sir.
No weapons, nothing we need to know of?
No.
Okay. Do me a favor. Step out. Just face right here. Face the one that's right here. Put your hands up real quick on the car.
839.
Sir, you got nothing on you? No weapons, no nothing? All right. Do me a favor. Put your hands behind your back. Yep.
839.
So you're just being detained at the moment, so we can ask you some questions, investigate everything. You are no longer employed by Park Ridge, correct? Okay. So what's the reason you're showing our officer the badge?
I didn't show. I opened my wallet, and it's have a little.
I know, but
there.
when you're when you have been terminated from a police department or anything, you're not allowed to carry any police identity, no badge, no nothing, anything at all, because that's pretty much, you're impersonating a police officer, which you are no longer a police officer.
Yeah, I didn't state I was a cop. I didn't.
But you still have a badge on you, right? And you showed him the badge, and you said you used to work for Park Ridge or Burr Ridge, wherever it was, right?
I asked you, if you remember, I asked you, is that Arlington? And you said, no, that's Park Ridge.
I said, no, I worked for Park Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay, do you work for any other department at the moment, anything? No.
No, I said I worked.
Okay.
Yeah, the deputy explained why this was a problem. Pearson was no longer employed as a police officer, yet he was accused of carrying around a badge. And in Illinois, that is impersonating a peace officer. Now, Pearson seemingly insisted he hadn't shown the badge intentionally. He just opened his wallet and it was there. But then the deputy noticed something else on Pearson's SUV.
At all?
Does this car have lights? Because we see the lights on there.
They don't work, no. But
Where's the switch at that you would activate them if you did have them?
It was underneath the front, but they don't work. Underneath the floorboard, it's my wire.
These right here?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work, like I said. I had, they were there when I worked there. And, that's the wall that we buy.
Yeah, so look, Pearson reportedly said the lights didn't work, but you had this deputy who appeared to be skeptical, so he reportedly searched the vehicle, found a plug, and activated the lights.
There are police lights. Hey, they do work. They're working. They're flashing. So, vehicle does have, as you can see, police lights in the front.
Yeah, the lights appear to have been working, seemingly flashing. They apparently had been installed by Pearson himself, you know, the switch for the emergency lights. So the deputy laid it out for him.
You have police lights on a vehicle that you're saying apparently don't work, but you have lights on here, you're carrying around a badge, and you're not a sworn police officer. So that's all of impersonating a police officer.
When I was working there, I had them.
Okay, so you understand when you get terminated from a job, that should automatically come off. That should not be on your vehicle at all, because now you have these on your vehicle and you also have a badge. So how do we know you're not pulling somebody over? You could say, yeah, they don't work right now, but there's something you could probably go under the hood, connect them, and you can start pulling people over and acting like you're still the police and you're not. So that's all evidence of impersonating a police officer. Which at the time you should have just turned your stuff into Park Ridge or whoever it was.
Everything in that I had, yeah, the wall.
Except the badge, you should have turned the badge in as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Could you answer that? My baby mama. I'm supposed to get my kids.
Okay. Give me a second.
I'm supposed to pick them up in a half hour.
Okay.
We're gonna go.
This one, or yeah, because we're gonna be right here anyways, because we don't want to be too far. And then we'll go from there after we'll see what Sarge says right now. You don't got nothing in the back, right? All right, go ahead. Have a seat. Yeah. Got it? Oh, you got it? Yeah. Just turn your foot. You got to turn your foot somehow. Yep. There you go. Turn your body. There you go. Let me get this seat up.
And you can call all my bosses. I was never that person, that guy that was actually in the retirement party for one of the guys tonight.
I understand, but you see where we're coming from, right? If I'm a police officer right now and I get terminated and I carry a badge on me and I open up my wallet and I have a badge there and I have a vehicle with actually police lights still on it, that's red flags. At my point, I would say, you know what? I'm terminated. I'm going to need to get rid of this badge, turn this back into them, and I'm going to take these lights off this vehicle. Okay, well, we'll talk her down a little bit.
What was the reason behind the registration again? For not being up to date?
Yeah, so Pearson was arrested for impersonating a police officer, issued multiple traffic citations, and during the booking process, one of the deputies seemingly answered his phone when it rang and appeared to be the mother of his child calling.
Hello? Hello? This is Officer Perea with the Cook County Sheriff's Police Department. I don't know who the guy is that you're calling. I think... Okay, he is being detained at the moment. He is being arrested for impersonating a police officer. So he's going to be in custody. We'll be going down to the station at Maywood. He will have probably a court hearing tomorrow to see what his bond's going to be, if they're going to bond him or give him a bond. And his vehicle will be seized. It's going to be towed because there are police lights on the vehicle that are actively working as well. So right now this is an investigation, so he is being detained, okay? Once he gets his phone call from the station, he'll probably give you a call. Okay, bye.
So Scott Pearson was cited, released after booking. He was indicted in March of 2025 on one count of impersonating a police officer. And according to Cook County court records, as of the latest available information, Pearson's case remains pending. He was not in custody, so by all accounts, he's awaiting trial on that impersonation charge. So that's a story about a former cop who allegedly couldn't let go of the badge, right? But our next case, it is about somebody who never had a badge, never had a license to begin with, and was accused of putting thousands of patients at risk pretending to be something she wasn't. A Florida woman who spent nearly 2 years working at a hospital treating thousands of patients, all without a nursing license. And she might have gotten away with it if she hadn't gotten a promotion. Yeah, this one went down in Palm Coast, Florida. 29-year-old woman named Autumn Bardisa was arrested in March of 2025, and the body cam footage from that morning shows she seemed genuinely confused about why she was being handcuffed.
Hey there, are you Autumn?
Yeah.
Can you step out of the car for me, please?
Sure.
Just turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Oh, wait, what's going on?
Put your hands behind your back.
Okay,
We'll
my
tell you
child's across the street.
Okay, all right.
Am I being arrested?
You are.
Yeah. Wait,
Hold on,
okay,
hold on,
okay.
hold on.
Can I ask, can I...
We have plenty of time to talk.
Okay.
Just give us just a minute.
Can I turn my car off?
Yeah, we'll take care of all that.
Can I tell my boss so I can tell her and keep listening?
Yeah, you have any other weapons? Juliana 34 flag. One female secure. So, let me just tell you, there is a felony warrant for your arrest, okay? There is a bond on it, okay, which is good. It's, I believe, $70,000 is the bond amount, okay? So you can bond out.
What? For what? For what?
You know what all this is about?
Not really. I kind of had something with the Department of Health, but I have my license.
Okay.
And I thought it was squared away because it's clear and active.
Okay. So that does stem from this. We were contacted, not me directly, but a guy with Health and Human Services reached out to you a couple months ago.
Yeah, and I had an attorney, and I haven't heard anything since.
Okay, so the attorney reached out to him and said that you were currently being represented and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a conversation with you, but if you're represented by an attorney and that's somebody that wants to be here for all that kind of questioning, I obviously am limited on where this conversation can go.
Can I know what is a felony?
It has to do with medical fraud. I can get the exact thing. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it has to do with medical and stuff like that.
Okay.
You have 7 counts of identity theft and 7 counts of practicing without a license. And this does stem from everything with the Department of Health and Admin Health and all of that stuff. I mean, you're already aware of it. You've given statements to them, to other investigators before. This is just your first time meeting me.
Okay, identity.
So no, I've been with the other guys whenever they're doing their investigation, but I was not face to face with you for those statements.
Okay.
So.
Can I just call her on my phone at least?
Yeah. Well, no worries. We'll let you do all that. Now. We can't just take the handcuffs off you because I mean I know you're saying you're not going to fight, but I mean you've seen TV, you watch the movies, like you see.
I've never had an arrest record. I've never done anything.
I'm not saying you have, okay, but we just don't want to. We don't want it to escalate to some place that we put it, because we take the handcuffs off you. But what we can do is get the person who's watching your child, and if you want to tell them what's going on, you certainly can. I mean, or if you want us to tell them.
Can I call them? Can you just take them off so I can call her on the phone at least?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
No. I'm not going to.
No, but I'm going to grab your phone.
We'll grab your phone and put on speaker for you. Yeah, we'll grab your phone and put on speaker. No, the point is that I'm not saying you're going to do anything. We take the handcuffs off. That gives you it puts it there. Okay.
Okay. It's not. And can you go to recent calls? And then, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn it up for you. Looks like your front door's open.
Yeah, I was walking. Yeah, please.
Did you want to step inside out of the heat
for
a second?
Is that okay?
Yeah. I mean, anyone else inside the house?
Grab your keys for you.
Okay, can these...
Is anyone else inside the house?
Just my dog, but he's... Can you just be taken off? I won't do anything.
We can't take them off for right now, okay?
Come walk to your house.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just... Yeah, I'll just move my car in the driveway.
Yeah, so Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley held a news conference after her arrest. He called this one of the most disturbing cases of medical fraud his office had ever seen.
We believe that there were over 4,400 patients that she was in one manner or another that was involved in care at Advent Health Palm Coast, which is our newest hospital in Flagler County.
So how did this happen? Well, according to the sheriff's office, Bardisa graduated from Rasmussen University in March of 2022. Advent Health had hired her in July 2023 as an advanced nurse tech. It's a position that works under the supervision of a registered nurse. On her application, she indicated she was an education first registered nurse, meaning she had completed nursing school but hadn't passed the national license exam yet. So investigators say that during that hiring process, she later claimed she had passed that exam and provided a license number that actually belonged to a different nurse, a real-life nurse. And when the hospital circled back to check on her licensing status, Bardisa told them that she was scheduled to take the exam. And then a few months later, she told an HR specialist that she'd passed and obtained her license, and she provided a license number that came back as valid, but again, it belonged to another woman named Autumn. Oh yeah, another woman named Autumn, a different Autumn. And Bardisa told HR that she'd, recently gotten married and her last name had changed, and that's what's going on here. So the license might not reflect that yet. This HR person told her to upload a copy of her marriage certificate to the hospital's database. That never happened, and no one apparently followed up. So according to the arrest documentation, because of that oversight, Bardisa was allowed to start the nurse residency program. She graduated in June of 2024, accepted a position as a registered nurse at Advent Health. And here's the part that really gets you. She was caught because she got a promotion. In early January of 2025, Bardisa was offered a position as charge nurse. That is a promotion that sparked a lot of interest from her colleagues because an unidentified nurse checked the status of her license and discovered the only license Autumn Bardisa had was an expired certified nursing assistant license. That prompted Advent Health to start an inquiry, and they asked Bardisa for that marriage certificate, that marriage license that she never provided. Sheriff Staley laid out the charges at the news conference.
They fired her. 2 months later, they notified us of the incident, which began a 7-month investigation. And the reason it took 7 months is you have to remember that we are trying to thread the needle on HIPAA laws. And so we have to have victims. We don't know who the victims are. And we also have to work with the hospital to obtain victim names. And so that requires subpoenas and investigation, and that takes a while to complete. Now, with over 4,400 victims, if you will, in this case, we worked with the 7th Circuit Judicial State Attorney's Office, which is R.J. Larizza, to determine how you can't really charge 4,400 counts. I guess you could, but it's going to significantally bog down the criminal justice system. So the time that she was employed as what they thought was a fully certified RN was 7 months. So they charged 1 count for each month that she worked at the hospital as allegedly a fully licensed authorized RN. So that's why it's 7 counts. 7 counts of practicing medicine without a license, basically, and 7 counts of identity fraud. Go to a hospital and you trust that the hospital staff is fully licensed, prepared to serve you in whatever your medical need is. And so you have to have faith in the system. And I think in this case, it showed that there was some flaws, at least in follow-up, and a very trustworthy hiring process. When you say, I just got married, that's why my last name is different. And they asked her to provide, but there was no follow-up. So I think there were some mistakes made in the hiring process, but you can deal with Advent Health on that. because we only look at the criminal case and what led up to it, what caused it. To our knowledge, there's no serious injury or death related to this incident. And, you know, she must have done a good job, even though she wasn't licensed, because they were looking at a promotion to charge nurse, which is what triggered the review of her file and ultimately how she got caught.
So Bardisa was initially facing 7 counts of practicing as a healthcare professional without a license and 7 counts of fraudulent use of personal identification information, so 14 charges in total. But the court records show that in August of 2025, prosecutors took no action on 12 of those charges. Now, by the way, after that whole back and forth of the promotion and not being able to find the right documentation, she was terminated on January 22nd, 2025, by the way. So at that point, according to court documents, Bardisa had allegedly been providing medical services for approximately 4,486 patients from June 2024 through January 2025. Multiple media outlets, they reached out to Advent Health for comment, and the hospital responded with a statement: "We do not comment on private personnel matters or pending legal matters. All inquiries should be directed to the Flagler County Sheriff's Office." Fast forward to April 7th, 2026. Just happened. Bardisa entered a plea and was sentenced to 5 years of probation, avoiding prison time, but barred from working in the medical field. So that is somebody who was accused of pretending to be a nurse, treating thousands of patients without a license. Our next case, it's about somebody who allegedly pretended to be a cop and took it so far that real officers seemingly thought he was one of their own. So we got this guy from Washington State. He's accused of showing up to active crime scenes, flashing a badge, telling responding officers he was one of them, and when they started asking questions, that's when his story allegedly seemingly unraveled in ways that you really have to see to believe. This happened in Bremerton, Washington, back in September of 2025. So police were responding to reports of a fire in a parking garage when a man pulled up in an unmarked Ford Explorer, apparently with flashing blue lights. He is accused of wearing body armor with police and SWAT patches, a metallic badge that looked like it came from the Edmonds Police Department, and he was apparently carrying a gun. His name, Michael Scaletta-Teets, 49 years old, and when he got out of the SUV, he is accused of walking up to the Bremerton officers and telling them he was an off-duty detective from Edmonds. Now, at first, the officer believed him. One officer even admitted on camera that he thought Scaletta was one of their detectives. But Scaletta is accused of spinning this whole backstory. 27 years, retired from Baltimore City, worked for Thurston County Sheriff's Office, now with Edmonds PD and the Gang and Intelligence Division. Take a look.
Were you on the phone with him? They asked us to come outside. I thought it was for you.
Who asked us to come outside?
I don't know. He's on the phone with him.
No, I thought I was pulled over because I thought you guys needed help with that.
Oh, no. No, we thought, no, I'm confused right now, man. It's my first day back in a while, so I was out with COVID, and it was bad.
Okay.
So it's been a while since I've been back here.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, it was 11th time having it, and it was the worst. I had to go to the hospital, get breathing treatment.
Yeah.
It was bad. It hurt to talk.
Okay.
I'm good now. Promise.
Nice, man.
But yeah.
Right on, man.
Just getting back here this afternoon, as soon as I'm talking with the shift change and debriefing with him, they're like, this big fire, like they made it out way worse.
Oh,
what it
okay.
was, and I
Yeah.
was like, what's going on?
No, he popped out, and I was like, dang, I thought you were like one of our detectives at first.
I know some of the guys with the task force, but it's really with the sheriff. What do you say?
Yeah, try that way then. Well, yeah, use your best judgment. Yeah, you're on. Okay.
Yeah, I deal with more of the parole and probation than anything. With over there at the Kitsap Sheriff's Department,
the detectives over there. I know more of those guys than anything out here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Right on, man. How long you been?
Well, so I retired from Baltimore City at 27 years. Came out here. It took about a year for me to end up going back into an agency. Went with Thurston at first, Thurston Sheriff's Department. There was a lot of things going on, and they wanted to put me in the jail. I was like, nah, I got better things. I know a lot of detectives from Edmonds, from the gang network and stuff like that. The anti-narcotics training on base every year. Guys that they're like, hey man, let's see if we get you on. I had to go back to get the Washington Post and the RCWs.
How long you been a detective with Edmonds?
About 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. 2 years with the robbery. I started with robbery and now with the gang intelligence.
Dang, it's pretty hardcore. Right on, man. Hey, I just gotta stop by for a sec.
My name's Stiletto, by the way.
Stiletto?
Stiletto. Messi. Yeah.
Stiletto?
Are you going to be back here tonight?
I mean, I'm working.
Give you a card or something.
Oh, okay. I'm working all night, so yeah.
You'll see me. I'll be out here all night.
All right, man.
Fresh air, man, and I'll grab a card for you and give it to you, man.
Cool.
All right, and what's your name again?
Officer Trask.
Sorry.
Trask.
But here's the thing. Something felt off. The officers seemed to notice that his flashlight was seemingly positioned behind his firearm holster. That's a problem because it would make it very, very difficult, if not impossible, to draw his weapon. And his body camera looked like not the standard one from Axon. And the story about working security at the Salvation Army while being an active detective, that seemingly raised eyebrows. So the next day, officers went back to the Salvation Army. They asked him to produce a commission card. It's the official ID that proves you're law enforcement.
Okay, see another unit routine, please. Is he working security for you?
Yeah.
Have a good moment, yeah. That guy is?
Hey, I'll be back shortly. Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, good?
Yeah.
You want to come back over here?
Yeah. I was talking to some other guys. So you work for Edmonds PD?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a part-time gig.
I got you. Do you have your commission card with you today?
Yeah, give me a minute. Here.
No.
It's got it on the side. Yeah, it's got everything in there.
No, didn't find it?
Sorry? No, he's going to. It's in my other bag.
Oh, okay.
It's, he's grabbing it now.
Okay, how long have you been working for the Salvation Army?
Sorry?
How long have you been working off duty for the Salvation Army?
I'm here almost every other week.
Every other week?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I also work down at the KRM.
Okay. And what's your full name?
Mezzi Scaletta. M-E-Z-Z-Y.
That's your-
S-C-A-L-E-T-T-A.
So your first name is Mezzi?
M-E-Z-Z-Y, correct.
And Scaletta?
S-C-A-L-E-T-T-A.
Okay, what's your middle initial?
Anthony. As soon as he gets back,
what's a good phone number for you?
Hey, man. Yeah, it's going to be the green bag, and it's got the my wallet with the credentials and everything on the side of it. And no, upstairs. Yeah. My bad. My apologies. Thank you.
Wait, can you, Sarge? Can you stay over here?
Please grab it. All right, I'll see you in a minute.
So Scaletta's accused of stalling. Credentials were in his bag. They were upstairs. Then he allegedly started digging through a lunch bag that only had Coca-Colas and an empty badge holder. So the officers move in. They pat him down, and this is when they find a loaded firearm.
Is it a loaded firearm that you have with you, Mr. Scaletta?
Correct.
Okay, can you put your hands on the car, please? I'm not familiar with the retention of this holster. Just keep your hands over there.
Can we not do this in front of everybody? I mean, really?
Yeah.
You're doing
just fine keeping your hands
okay. Yeah. I appreciate it. Problem, man. Can I contact my command as soon as y'all are...
You have any other firearms downstairs?
No, sir.
I've got what you do. So you're not under arrest right now?
Okay.
But you're detained, okay?
Yes, sir. Wow. Can you call my...
Yeah, we can take care of all that.
Yeah.
Yes? We can take care of all that. We can make all the phone calls that needs to be done. All right.
And so...
His credentials?
In the front.
What agency did you say you were with?
Edmund?
You were with Edmund.
Edmund, yes. Okay.
You understand you're just being detained?
I understand the whole process. Yes, I do. Okay.
You want to take photos? Yes, please. Mr. Scaletta, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to time to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. Now, if I afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand? And turn around, face me, please. Just stand right there. Wait for time to that name. Say go ahead. You ready? No, I'm hearing them. Lester Scaletta, Sam, Charles, Adam, Lincoln, Edward, Tom, Adam. First one, Mezzi, Mary, Edward, Zebra, Young, middle A, Anthony, 1976, 0810.
What was that?
Mezzi A. Scaletta is what he gave me. Yeah, that's what I wrote down from the report.
I'm sorry?
What'd you say your name was?
Mezzi Scaletta.
Is it okay if I check your phone?
Absolutely. Can you grab my credentials and everything out there, please?
Where is it at? In the front?
Should be in the front, Actually, is it hey, where the radios are? It's the other. Yeah, it's there. Sorry.
First name's Michael. Same middle, last is Scaletta-Petez. Same date of birth. He's returning with a DUL record out of Lacey. No valid driver's license.
Receive.
When they ran his information, here's what reportedly came back. Scaletta was a convicted felon. Back in 2016, he had served time for a felony bomb hoax out in North Carolina. He didn't even have a valid driver's license. And when they called Edmonds PD, they reportedly said he doesn't even work there. So what made this case particularly alarming, after everything I'm saying, was that Scaletta wasn't just, allegedly wearing the costume. According to police, he had been actively responding to calls. Earlier that same night, he'd shown up to a trespassing call, or was accused of showing up to a trespassing call at a 7-Eleven. He was accused of essentially patrolling the downtown corridor, armed, wearing a police vest, inserting himself into real-life law enforcement situations.
I'm gonna get a photo of your badge here too.
I think just now.
Did you read them yet?
Yeah, I read them.
Okay. He did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so I had to rest in that's why.
Okay. What was your first name?
Mezzy. M-E-Z-Z-Y.
Mezzy, I'm Trevor. So, do you understand why you're detained right now or no?
I don't know.
I think
why,
I can.
why you did doing what you're doing? But
Okay. Is it okay if I explain some of it?
Sure.
Okay. So first off, if you are a commissioned police officer in this state, you'll be taken out of cuffs, and I will formally apologize.
Thank you.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. Here's a couple problems though. I'm one of the supervisors in the city right now. If Salvation Army is hiring uniformed commissioned law enforcement, who's going to be carrying badge, gun, vest, especially not in our agency? As far as I'm concerned, let me finish. Let me finish.
First of all, I did not have a weapon on while I was on duty, and I was leaving. I'm off duty. I was leaving.
Okay.
Okay. So that's number
let
one.
him explain.
Okay.
Let him explain.
Sure. Go ahead.
So if you're us, and especially if you're law enforcement, you understand. We see a guy with detective badge, police badge. I think there's a SWAT badge somewhere.
Yeah.
On there as well, right? In our jurisdiction, and we haven't been notified that hey, Salvation Army's got armed law enforcement, and that's not true. You might have just been going from your employment to your car. However, when we came across you, right, you're uniformed and armed. When we came across you, that's an accurate statement. So the concern is, especially because we weren't given notification, right?
I'm not operating. I'm not working. I'm not.
Well, here's the problem.
Leaving.
Well, it's messy, right?
Correct.
Here's the problem with that. You're leaving. Even if you're leaving, Salvation Army, this is the #1 crime hotspot in the entire city for us.
I know this.
Let me tell you.
I'm a retired Baltimore City.
Okay.
27 years. I come out here.
Then
Okay.
let
You
me
know what I mean?
talk.
I get it.
Then let me
I'm
talk.
sorry.
I think we're getting our wires crossed a little bit, because what I'm trying to get you to understand is, I understand that you're just leaving if you're off duty. But if you know that this is the highest crime area, right? If you know this is the highest crime area in the city, and you know that that's likely to do with your law enforcement experience, and we're going to be in the area, probably not the best idea to be wearing a vest, armed, going to and from, because it's going to make us think some things, up to and including possible criminal impersonation of a police officer. That's why you're detained. We get all that checked out, and you know what? Sure. This might be an error for their bosses and our bosses, because if this is all true, right, and we weren't, and we just weren't notified, that's what could have solved this, is an email saying, hey, just so you know, there's a guy, he's law enforcement, he's being hired off duty at Salvation Army, you may see him come and go from the parking lot. That's what we'd say. Sounds good. We've heard nothing.
Okay.
Have you heard anything about this? No. Have you heard anything about this?
So we might have called Edmonds last night.
The sheriff?
What?
We might have called Edmonds PD last night.
Yeah.
Not on the payroll.
Yeah. Say it again?
Yeah, we're not on the payroll.
We called Edmonds last night.
Is it okay if I go through this?
Yes,
to,
please.
To find your stuff?
And then I can. Hold on.
There's.
Oh, that's not my bag. That's. No, it's the one with the Gatorade, the electrolytes, to the spare XTS battery. You said that's the rate. It's the one with the spare XTS battery in it.
And even after being confronted, Scaletta seemingly kept insisting he was a cop. He allegedly told the officers to check his credentials, to call his command. But when one of the supervisors laid out the facts, or the alleged facts, Edmonds PD said he was never on their payroll. Their database showed a felony conviction, and he'd been rolling up or accused of rolling up to active scenes armed and in full tactical gear. And that is when Scaletta seemingly, finally, invoked his right to remain silent. He was booked into jail on charges of first-degree criminal impersonation and second-degree unlawful possession of a firearm. And at his court hearing in September of 2025, he pleaded not guilty. Judge set his bail at $50,000. And as of the latest available records, his case remained pending with no public update on whether it went to trial or resolved through a plea. But what a case, to say the least. But now we go to our final case. Maybe the strangest one of all, because the person pretending to be someone they weren't wasn't wearing a badge or a uniform. She was wearing a high school basketball jersey. Shelby Hewitt. And by the way, Shelby, at the time all this went down, was a 30-something-year-old social worker. But for months, she was living a double life so bizarre that it left the whole school district asking, how on earth did we miss this? Let me set the scene. It's the 2022-2023 school year. A new student shows up at Jeremiah E. Burke High School in Dorchester, Massachusetts, and that school is now called Albert D. Holland High School, just so you know. And the student says her name is Daniela Herrera, and she's a 16-year-old foster kid. She's quiet, she's got this tough backstory, joins the girls' basketball team. Everyone thinks she's just a new student trying to fit in. Here's the thing. Daniela was actually Shelby Hewitt. She wasn't 16, she was in her 30s, and this wasn't a one-off thing. And as investigators started digging, they realized that between September 2022 and June 2023, Shelby had used multiple fake identities to enroll in at least 3 different high schools. She was apparently so committed to the bit that she created fake documents, weaving this whole narrative that she was just this kid in the Massachusetts foster care system. Now, the details here are what really get me, because at Burke High, she didn't just sit in the back of the class. She joined the basketball team. She picked jersey number 32, which, you know, you got to think about it. That was her real age at the time. It's a little on the nose, right? You got to call it for what it is. But it gets wilder. She eventually requested a transfer to Brighton High School. And then in June of 2023, she tried to enroll at English High School in Jamaica Plain, this time posing as a 13-year-old under a different name. So within a year, she went from a 16-year-old foster kid to a 13-year-old with a whole new backstory. Now, how did she finally get caught? It's actually a pretty small detail that seemingly unraveled the whole thing, because according to reporting from NBC 10 Boston, a man shows up at English High School claiming to be her dad, saying he was pulling her out because she was being bullied. But the school administrators reportedly thought that was odd. She had only been enrolled for a week, and they were literally in the middle of trying to help with the bullying situation. So they did what they were supposed to do. They called the school district to verify some of her enrollment paperwork. And that is when they found errors. They tried to call the social worker that was listed on her forms. Guess what? That person didn't exist. And here's the thing. The students had started to notice something was off, way before the paperwork did, by the way. Some of her classmates said her stories just didn't always line up. You know, at first they chalked it up to, claiming to have a traumatic past. She told people she had been abused and trafficked, which might explain the inconsistencies. But then, according to the Boston Globe, some students did a little digging. And what did they find? They found Shelby Hewitt's actual yearbook photo from when she went to Sharon High School back in 2007. Imagine being a teenager and realizing the person sitting next to you in class was using a photo from when they were your age, but that photo was taken 15 years earlier. Now, no word on if the man allegedly pretending to be Hewitt's dad was ever found or charged, but Shelby was arrested. An arrest warrant was issued in June of 2023. She turned herself in. She was released on a $5,000 bond, strict conditions. She couldn't go near any schools or contact the people there. Mass Live spoke with a woman who attended Burke High School at the same time as Hewitt and actually befriended her. She told the outlet, "It just makes me hard to trust people. It makes me question, is this person or is this just like another Shelby?" Moving forward, I think a lot of students are going to continue to feel betrayal. Even though it happened 3 years ago, they would never forget how that made them feel at the time. That's the big part. That's the harm here. And according to her, Hewitt became friends with students ages 13 through 16. And get this, at the same time that she was pretending to be a high schooler, ostensibly going to classes and playing sports, making friends with actual children, she was also employed by the Department of Children and Families as a social worker herself, collecting her $54,000 a year salary while posing as a teenager. She also reportedly created fake identities for DCF workers to help with the enrollment process. And it wasn't just at school that Hewitt was reportedly pretending to be a teen. She also apparently used her DCF resources to enroll in Walden Behavioral Care for an eating disorder. You're talking about a clinic in Dedham, Massachusetts, where she once again claimed to be Daniela Herrera. Now, Hewitt no longer worked for DCF, but the exact circumstances surrounding her leaving, whether she was fired or quit, never made clear. But after several delays, Hewitt was supposed to go to trial in Suffolk County Superior Court, but instead, the court announced that a plea agreement had been reached.
My understanding is that there is an agreed upon disposition in this case for a plea of guilty. I have had the opportunity already to review your Board of Probation record. I'm fully familiar with this case, as you know, and I've already had the opportunity to look at the guidelines here. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward with that process, okay?
So, Hewitt, now 34, pled guilty February 3rd, 2026 to charges of forgery, fraud, violating public employee conduct standards. 4 other charges were dismissed. And Hewitt's attorney told the court that his client had long-term mental health problems, that she had started receiving treatment. Hewitt herself addressed some of those issues during her statement.
Thank you, Your Honor, for letting me speak. I'm truly sorry for the harm that I know that I have caused, and I recognize that my conduct disrupted the Boston Public Schools and caused confusion, alarm, and probably fear to students, families, and staff. I should never have been there, and through my actions, I violated the trust of the school community, my family, and everybody in my life that loved me. And I am deeply sorry for the pain that I caused, and I carry a lot of shame every day regarding it. And so I was not being a good person. And I am continuing intensive mental health treatment, medication, and counseling to try to be a better one. And I know that that doesn't undo the harm that I know that I caused, but I accept full responsibility, and I hope that anyone I hurt can heal from it. And I'm very truly sorry for my incredibly selfish decisions.
And in the end, Hewitt was ordered to serve 4 years of probation for each guilty plea, which were served concurrently, so at the same time. And if the sentences had been consecutive, she would have faced 20 years of supervision. She also had to pay more than $9,000 in restitution. Now, as part of her probation, she had to continue getting therapy and taking any medication she was prescribed and stay away from all Boston public schools. She couldn't work as a social worker, and she couldn't seek a social worker's license. But that wasn't the end of the story. No, there were still a lot of questions surrounding how this could have happened, especially when you learn that Hewitt had at one point moved in with her longtime therapist, who allegedly sat alongside her as she enrolled. Yeah, that's another part of this case. So according to the Boston Globe, Rebecca Burnett, also sometimes called Becky, a licensed clinical social worker and former supervisor at Walden Behavioral Care, apparently faced disciplinary action. Burnett expressed shock when the allegations against Hewitt came out, but many questioned how much she actually knew about Hewitt's true background. But prosecutors alleged that Hewitt told Burnett and other Walden employees that she was so traumatized from being trafficked as a child, she couldn't remember her real age. But the Globe reported that Hewitt had actually been enrolled at Walden Behavioral Care before, using her real name, her true identity. And anonymous employees and former patients claimed there was no way Burnett wouldn't have remembered her. And why did she allegedly let Hewitt move in with her? Right? That's at some point. Hewitt, apparently posing as a foster child, moved in with Burnett and her partner, a man named John Smith. So that's strange, right? That allegation? I mean, you could be talking about a potential ethical violation, patient-therapist living together. But Burnett's lawyer, Connie Tran, told the Globe after Hewitt's arrest, quote, Hewitt utilized various fabricated personas to deceive Walden, BPS, and Rebecca into believing she was in fact a child who is legally in DCF's custody. Tran also claimed Rebecca did not facilitate Shelby Hewitt's enrollment into BPS. Rather, Hewitt undertook this action independently. But school administrators pushed back, insisting just didn't track. Reporter Patricia Wen wrote in a 2024 Boston Globe article, quote, they say Burnett was present either on Zoom or in person to complete enrollment paperwork in August of 2022 for 16-year-old Daniela Herrera, and then in June 2023 for 13-year-old Ellie Blake. Officials say Burnett's use of a second name in the school system, Ellie, raises questions about how certain she was about the truth of the first one, Daniela. So according to the Globe, at least 6 complaints were filed against Burnett with the State Social Worker Board after Hewitt's arrest. And she no longer worked for Walden Behavioral, though the Globe reported that people they contacted at the clinic wouldn't confirm if she'd been fired. Her attorney for her social work licensing, Paul Sorrell, told the Boston Globe that hearings on her case were expected to begin in the summer of 2026. That's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also check us out on NBC's Peacock. If you want to follow me, X, Instagram, my News Nation show, Jesse Weber Live, Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you next time, everybody.